All right, I think I got the disclaimer out the way. Let's get ahead and get started. All right, everyone, this is FX Prosperity Academy. My name is Leonard Williams. I'm the founder and trader and head trainer for FX Prosperity Academy. This is the first top-down weekly analysis for the year, starting in January. A lot of people don't trade the first week, sometimes the second week of January, but this is now see what we're going into the third week of January. So a lot of volume should now be returning back to the marketplace. A lot of the first non-farm payroll, CPI, PPI, all of that is now out of the system for the first part of the year. We got FOMC coming in a couple of weeks, but other than that, it's time to start trading. Okay, so right now you should be seeing my Forex Factory screen for the news for the week, and we're going to start see what's going on for the week and see what we have. Last week was a lot of red folder. We had a lot of CPIs and PPI news, so the market kind of kick started itself last week as we were able in our live trade room sessions be able to catch a lot of the move, especially with oil and ES, which is S&P 500. Okay, so starting with today, Sunday, not much going on, right? So I don't like to trade Sunday. I don't even trade until Monday, right? So Monday morning, New York. So in terms of Monday, um, WEF annual meeting doesn't really look like a whole lot's going on and during London. And then New York, we really don't have nothing. So Monday looks like a very slow day. Well, why is that? Well, one of the reasons why is because it's actually Martin Luther King birthday, which is a national bank holiday in the United States. So the market is going to be very, very slow after London session. So London session is not in any type of holiday, so there will be some normal ebbs and flow in London, but there's no red folders. But when it gets into New York session, starting around 7 a.m. Eastern time, the market is just going to be kind of ranging for the remainder of the day, which makes this Monday not a great day to trade. Okay. For any Forex, in fact, our live trade room session will not be available. We would not be trading anything during New York because most of the indices market and the oil market commodity will be in ranging conditions, also low volume, and then basically cutting off mid through the day, right, midday. So there's no need for us to be trading on Monday. There's always going to be another day to trade. There's no need to get into a trade with just low volume, low volatility, and you're going to be tick scalping every other minute, which doesn't make any sense, which does it give you potential for more losses. Okay? Okay, let's go into Tuesday, coming back. All the holidays is out the system for the US, and we don't have no more holidays. And you can see there's going to be a lot of news coming in right on Monday. So first thing kicking off, London, we will definitely have some pound news and it is going to kick off. Pound is going to hit. So we'll take a look and see how pound's going to react this week based on technical. Okay, and then after that, for the rest of London session, we really don't have anything. But on 8:30, CPI for CAD, so we can expect definitely some hard movements with Canadian pair. So let's take a look technically on how Canada is doing and what we can expect this week technically. Okay, and then after that at 8:30 we got Empire Manufacturing Index, and that will impact gold, the dollar, the U.S. dollar crosses, and also indices. And then after that, that's it for the rest of the day. We don't have anything else for Tuesday. Okay, let's jump on to Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we're going to have, I just saw pound. Pound payment change. Okay, this is an employment. Okay, on Wednesday, looks like more pound news, more economic news. So it's going to be pound CPI. So that's going to really move the market at CPI for pounds. So this is reporting the inflation rate. We can expect some heavy movement. And we'll take a look technically. I'm guessing it's going to kind of go weak, but let's take a look technically on where it's at on the charts. We know based on fundamentals when things are going to happen, but We don't really know how thing is going to happen until we look at the chart technically, so we can have kind of help forecast what we think fundamentally is going to play out. Okay. So going into the rest of the London session, I don't really see a whole lot going on. Euro CPI. Okay. And then 8:30, we got a little bit of CAD news, but it's really going to be about US dollar core retail sales. So we can expect some movements on 8:30 for definitely for indices and all the dollar crosses. And then of course on Wednesday at let me see, we normally have oil inventory on Wednesday, and I'm looking and I don't see anything. So it's probably because of the Martin Luther King birthday on Monday. So when that happens, we're most likely going to get oil inventory on Thursday. And sure enough, there it is. So 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, this is all Eastern time, on Thursday, oil inventory would be on Thursday, not on Wednesday, because Monday was a holiday, so that's going to move it up to midweek. It'll be on Thursday. So that'll be on oil. So if you want to create crude oil, like we do, and we do like it, it's going to pay out on Thursday for sure. Okay, moving on to Thursday. Let me see. To finish off Wednesday, the only thing that's going to be going on in London session would be Australia's employment change, employment report, and that's going to move Australia during Asian session. Okay, on Thursday, I've already talked about the oil inventory, so I'm not going to go over that. 8:30, looks like nothing's really going to go on in terms of some radical movements on London session, but coming in at 8:30, we got a red folder here, unemployment change, so it's going to definitely move the market with a dollar, gold, and indices, and oil inventory, and then that's it. I don't really see anything else for the rest of Thursday. Okay, and then wrapping up for Friday, we have pound retail sales, so that'll move during London session. For the rest of the day, not really much. Canada's retail sales, but we do have 10 o'clock. That's going to move the market. Preliminary consumer sentiment and University of Michigan consumer sentiment and then home sales. So at 8:30, not much news at all. Market opens at 9:30 for New York Stock Exchange and indices, and then right after that, 30 minutes later, we're gonna see some more movements at 10 o'clock, which is kind of unique. When you get into the market and you trade New York Stock Exchange or you trade indices and you get in at 9:30, well, you really don't want to trade heavy when you see news coming in at 10 o'clock. Right, so you come in, you trade lightly on 9:30 because it's going to be a little bit of volatility, and then right at 10 o'clock, boom, the market is either going to most likely reverse its position because it's 9:30. It's going to be market volume kind of inducing traders to get in, whether it's going to go short and go long, and then at 10 o'clock, you usually see a reversal. Okay, so that's all I have for the week. This looks like there is no bank interest um, rate decision this week at all. Just normal economic data. Look like it's going to be a mild start of the week, of course, and then we get into Tuesday, and we got some CPI data, and that's about it. So I kind of like that. So there's no speaks, there's no speeches, no bank interest rate. Really good movements opportunities. Nothing radical, nothing unexpected. You know, Baron, there is no geopolitical announcement coming out like whatever going on in the Middle East, oil spills, or any other natural disasters. Okay. All right. So let's get into the charts. Okay. So we're going to start with the dollar, and then we get into indices, stock index, and then we get into metals, and then we're going to go through the forex pairs, and then I'll wrap it up with Bitcoin, and then we're gonna be done. Okay. Starting off with the dollar on the daily time frame. So the dollar has been making some serious moves to the downside. It's obviously it's been looking very, very weak since about mid-year. I want to say about, no, not mid-year, end of the year around November, and this thing just started tanking, which was a good sign for those that's in a dollar. If you look at this from here to here, you can see what it did. Yep, went basically to the 50% mark. You see it from this swing high. Interesting, right? So for all those in my coaching students and what we teach is there always going to be at least a 50% retracement in a market move, right? So you got that swing high, swing low, and then sure enough, boom, 50% retracement. We're now in the discount area. That's currently where we're at right now. Go ahead and take that off and zoom in a little bit. So this is on the daily charts, and what we're seeing is that the market has pulled back right to the 886 level, right? And we have not been able to take out this low. So it looked like we bounced right off the 786 level and we're hovering back. Okay, so that's a nice retracement. We're right now at this little trend line break. So we were in this little channel and the market's kind of going sideways. So when I don't see the price taking out the low, it doesn't come all the way back 100% retracement. We're at the 786 fib, and then we bounce back. Now, mind you, we went all the way here, came back 786, and we come back and we take out that high, and now we're ranging. So what I'm suspecting is that we are most likely going to see some probably my best bet when something like this happens from a price action behavior, yeah, we're going to probably expect to see some strength in the dollar, which you'll see where my expectation is at right here, right? So, so from this particular swing high and swing low, I'm talking about this right here, this swing high, swing low, the 50% retracement is right there, which is ironically where our weekly supply is at. So I'm going to be suspecting the dollar to get about right there. It may even get as high as here, which it could. It does have some fair value gap imbalances, which might kind of makes sense. I don't see that happening unless the FOMC rate decision on the 31st, which I think the dollar is going to be making its move for the next couple of weeks until about January 31st. And we'll take a look at by the end of the week on the next weekly top-down analysis that I normally do every week. And I will continue to do this now for the new year on every Sunday. But I think the dollar's going to make its way here. If it does not break and take out this high, right, and we take out this low, then and only then I see this coming down. And the only thing is it going to come down here and come back up? Or will it come down here and then break this low? So there's two areas it's got to break. It's got to break that sell side liquidity, and it's going to have to break this sell side liquidity, which is the weekly demand order block. I don't foresee that happening unless it takes this out. It does take this out. This would be the first place I would want to go ahead and sell it. Okay, so weaken a dollar. But I don't foresee that at this point. I think you can see right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all last week, this is all that price did. It didn't go any new higher, but it did take out this high, previous high. So that is a sign, knowing that it's bouncing up to 786, we may potentially see higher prices. So this is where my target's at, 50% retracement. I'm bullish on the dollar. Okay, so let's take it to the indexes. Let's start with the S&P 500. You can see that the market has fully recovered from the bear market of starting December 21st when we reached all-time high in 2021. I'm sorry, December 2021, and we hit the low in October 22. We didn't look back since. Okay. So now that we have basically fully recovered, you can see what the market did basically since we opened up in the new year. So in December 23rd, this is what we did. We came down, trying to take out this low, got traders to induce going short, and then sure enough came right back. So basically, we got a double top situation, right? And for the last 2 days, we could not close above this high, right? So that evidence right here, what I'm talking about is this is the high on Wednesday last week. On Thursday, we induced up, but we did not close above that previous high. So that means the bias on the daily is bearish. And sure enough, on Friday, we closed a little bearish. Okay. So I'm suspecting, you're right, dollar strength, indices weakness. And I'm suspecting we're going to go about that low. I don't know if we're going to go about 50%. And what I'm talking about is from this swing low to that swing high, which would be right here. It could, but I don't think it would go that low. And if it does, it will go about this low here. I don't see it going any lower than that. And what that means is if it does go this low as 50%, I can't see it going any lower than 618 on the market. It'll just scare everybody, freak everyone out, and be looking like we're going back into a recession. And we're not, right? The interest rate is damn near close to 2% in the US. Fed did its thing, did its job. It's ready to go. Okay. So right here, I have this retracement, up this trend line here, and I feel that this market is going to break. And this week, we could see us hit this low. So this is what I'm going to be looking for. This is what I'm going to be shorting. So I'm biased. S&P 500, NASDAQ, as well as US 30. I'm looking for the market to be bearish. If not, it's going to range a little bit, but I don't see this market going high. I think this market is going to go low. And I think it's going to go continue low until about January 31st. FOMC rate decision. So when the Feds make this rate decision, that's when I'm expecting, boom, things to turn around. Okay, let's look at oil. Oil market has been bearish since around October of last year, and that was a good sign. So you can see where we came down here and we made some significantly good touches here. I'm gonna put this as a weekly demand as well. So we came down here, came up here, and we bounced, boom, shot up to about October 23rd. I think this is the whole Hamad and Israel situation, that always has an impact on oil. And since then, oil prices just been drifting, drifting, and drifting. Then it came all the way down to this weekly demand level, and look what it's done. It came down here, came and touched up there to that weekly supply order block level right there, and it came right back down. However, it did not take out this low. So it did not take out that sell side liquidity. So instead, it's been doing a little bit of a trend line and it looking bullish. The only thing is that concerns me is that on Friday, even though we did spike up, we did not close below that previous low. All that tells me is that for Tuesday, partially on Monday, but on Tuesday and Wednesday, we may go bearish. In other words, we may go a little bit of a range. And I got to say, if we do not take out this low, we do not take out this low and say the market does this Tuesday and Wednesday, then we may most likely go to this area. We did not totally touch this area, but I'm looking for the market to come back here, maybe come about right here, or even bounce off this trend line, even with a spike. And then if that happens, we're going to come right back up. So I do expect the market to be a little bit bearish on Tuesday and Wednesday on oil, and then eventually on back up here to about 76, $78. Okay. And unless we break this trend line, then I can see us coming back here, which is where we were at over here to $64. But as of right now, I don't see that. So that's where I'm at right now. A little bit of weakness in oil, then long term, a little bit of bullishness. Okay, let's get right into the euro dollar. Okay, so I'm expecting dollar strength. So if I'm expecting dollar strength, that means I'm expecting the euro to do a little bit of weakness, right? I don't expect it to get that weak, but I do expect it to come about somewhere in this area about 107. You can see what we kind of did like the dollar, right? We instead of it's inverse correlated. So if what I'm kind of seeing right now. So I'm expecting this to be a little bit more weak. So we hit this high, we could not close above this high, clear engulfing with the two candles, and then a clear displacement, change of characters confirmed. Then we kind of drifted up a little bit, but on Friday we could not close from the previous day, which tells me we got more downside movement coming. Expect this week to be a trend line break, more economic data, dollar data, US data, strengthen the dollar. Let's cover this fair value gap. Come to about this price, about 107, and then we can probably start to see about this coming up. And again, January 31st. Okay, pound dollar. What am I expecting for the pound dollar? Okay, so pound dollar look like it's giving us clearly look like it's giving us a M pattern. However, this one right here look like it's coming up. So the M pattern may be this, right? But a lot of people will argue and say, well, hold on, Leonard. I think I see a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. I would probably say, you know what? That looks about right, right? So with that being said, let's do the trend line here. So based on this trend line, we definitely be right in this trend line, looking really good. And I'm expecting, yes, I'm definitely expecting the dollar to be strong, and therefore I'm expecting this to come down. Now, again, on Friday, we could not close out the previous high. We could not take out that high. It's given us a head and two shoulders pattern. I'm expecting this to come down, give us the trend line break, and then eventually coming down to right here. Okay. And with that, I think we might have an opportunity, which I think it's going to be a while to, you know, January 31st, and then possibly come back here, right? Now, having said all that, I want to take this down and take a little more macro view here, and let's really draw this out from here to here. We technically had not came all the way back to the 50%, right? So there is a possibility we could take out that high. And I'm going to draw this out because pound give us a little bit more daily average range than euro dollar. So if this trend line breaks, which I suspecting that the pound dollar, I would be looking to short. This is a really good sign that says, hey, I'm rejected here. I went to buy side liquidity, went a little bit higher, give us a little like a head, came back down, we're right back, could not take out the previous high. This is another shoulder. Obviously, we're having an issue breaking this buy side liquidity right here. Guess what? This thing comes down, takes out that low, breaks that trend line, you should short it. I would highly recommend this to short it. Again, this is for financial education purposes. Please pick this on paper trading, demo account trading before you even trade it with your live money. But you see this right here. I do think we will definitely at least come to this 50%. Right here, we break that, we're going down. Okay, that's going to be with the dollar strength. And I think more importantly, the reason why I even adjusted even further down is because this week, as you saw in the fundamental, we got more pound fundamental news along with the dollar news versus euro. So I think those pound news that we're going to get ready to see this week, based on what I'm seeing technical, it's going to weaken that pound. And that pound dollar, it's going to come down. That's what I'm thinking, especially when you haven't broken this since what, December 25th? So since Christmas, since Christmas, We have not taken out this high. What is that telling you? Should you keep going? And it didn't even close out that high? I think we're going to come back down. Okay, pound dollar. Pound on. I'm sorry. Australia dollar. Where we at? Ooh, nice, nice. Yep, I think we're going to come back down even further. Okay, so we've taken out this high, and with Australian dollar, I think we're going to break this trend line, and I am now bearish on Australian dollar. Okay, we're looking to short Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, same difference. Looking good. Trend line break. Ooh, love it. Love it how it came up here, how it came all the way up here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear displacement. Ranging for a whole week. Guess what? Boom. Let's keep going. Keep going. Yep. So with the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, I'm looking for it to come back down about 0.68, 0.60, and before we get back up. So I'm bearish on New Zealand dollar. CAD. So based on what the dollar CAD and based on what it just did, oh yeah. Hey, think it's going to be CAD strength based on CAD's news coming in this week. Around, what did I say? On Tuesday, CAD CPI. Yep. So I'm looking for a dollar CAD. Look at this one. This was actually pretty good. The way how dollar CAD went all the way up and came all the way down. Hell, I think this came all the way to about right on the money, 886, and then boom, it bounced right up. Love it. So it came all the way up, not for 100%. And from this swing high to this swing low, I think this is going to reach to at least 50%. And ironically, it's right where the weekly supply is to the order block here, about 1.35. I'm looking for more fair value gap imbalances. It probably goes a little bit higher, and then after that, boom, we're going to go lower. We're definitely going to go lower. But I do expect the dollar CAD to be bullish. Let's go. Okay, dollar Swiss francs. Ooh, this thing went well below the 100%. Right back here. Ain't this ironic? Way over here. You see that? That's not a coincidence. This is back in January 2015. Really ironic to come all the way over here full circle and then boom. Isn't that interesting? I love it when the market does that. It's so predictable at times. Okay. So now that it did that, look what the market did. Oh, fully bounced up. So we're getting ready to break this trend line. I wouldn't do anything else but buy this darn thing. Dollar Swiss francs. Let's go. Dollar Swiss francs. Ooh, I'm loving this. It's going to be a good buy right here. So if you have not gone long on dollar Swiss francs or you're already long, guess what? You're on the right path. We're going to break this trend line. We may trend a little bit, but this thing is going to fire up. We got the imbalances here. Dollar Swiss franc That is a move up. Okay, dollar yen. Okay, look at this dollar yen. Let's see what it did here. So we got dollar yen came here, came all the way up here. Dollar yen just kicked its butt all the way here, and then the dollar came up. And this was more about dollar, more about I would say pound weakness, not pound, the Japanese yen weakness than it was about the dollar strength. The dollar didn't have that much strength this week, but we did break this trend line. We did come down. We came up to about 50%. Now, what I think is going to happen, I think the market is going to probably come up a little bit, not much, but I think pound is getting ready to kick butt. I'm bearish on pound, sorry, on yen. We are breaking this trend line here. I think this trend line is more like that. So on Friday, we did not take out this previous high. So this looks like we might get a little bit of ranging conditions. We may come up here, but I do not suspect the dollar yen to come back all the way back up here. Came down, came back up. I think we're going to get a little bit of more push, not much, and then I'm expecting the yen. This is going to be the year of the yen, the year of the yen, at least the first half of the year of the yen. And you're going to see what I'm talking about from the following yen crosses. Okay, we're not going to come back up here. We're not going to take out that high. You can forget about it. It ain't going to go past April 1999. This market, look at this market on a weekly basis, on a monthly chart. Take a look. What is to be excited about going along here? This is all the way back to 2002. 2002. We're talking about over 20 years. What is to be excited about going along here? Nothing, in my opinion. Nothing, especially when you have a double top like that. Double top situation, we're in the upper end of the range here, which is premium, right? There's nothing here that screams, I need to go long dollar yen. You need to let this thing get ready to go up. If not, dollar cost average that if you know how to do that and get ready to short this bad boy. That's my opinion. All right, euro yen. Ooh, this thing came a little bit down that I liked, and it came a little bit up that I liked, and I think that is about far it is going to go. Okay, so we're looking for this to crack this, and I think we're going to be ready to drop. Yen took over strength after a kind of several days of weakness. We had 2 days of bearishness here. I'm looking for this to continue short. We will have to take out this low, which I don't see it yet. But if it takes out this low, then we'll have a displacement there, change of character. Okay. If we have to take out this low, so we have to come down. So right now I'm bearish, but I am not like fully committed being bearish until we break that. So I do think it's going to come down to about right here. And get another drink. Okay. So I'm bearish on dollar yen. I'm looking for this market. It's just look at that. We came all the way up here. This is kind of historical monthly since 2002. Look at the euro yen came all the way back up here to this order block, and we have not taken out that high since. Right? We've been looking bearish ever since then. Came down. We got a lower low, lower high. Guess what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a new lower low. Right? This is going to be the year of the yen, from in my opinion. And I think with us being in this little range here, we got this nice displacement, a little bit of a bull flag. And I think we're going to break this low down here. Okay, pound yen. Look at this pound yen. Just look at it for a minute. Yeah, it looked like it, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. If people, I gotta say, I don't trade patterns like that. I don't trade the big head and shoulders, cup and handle. I recognize it, but I trade more candlestick patterns, and those candlestick patterns also trade into, the W, the double top, and the double bottoms, the M's and W's. I trade those more than I do head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulders, but I can't, I can't disregard me not seeing it. So when I see a pattern like this and I'm already bearish on this market, knowing that we have not taken out this high. So on Thursday and Friday, even though the market came way up here to this order block, it did not take out this high on Thursday, did not take out this high on Friday. I'm looking for this little trend line break here, and then finally come break out this low. Let's go. I'm so excited to see this. I want to see it come down here. I got my chart alarm here. I'm in this trade. I'm looking to come down all the way to here this year. But right now, I want to see this happen. I don't foresee this taking out this high at all. I see nothing but pound, yen, and yen taking over, and just yen just knocking out all the yen pairs. Okay, CAD yen. This look at this. Look at this. Look at this CAD yen. We have not taken out that high. We're just creating lower lows. We got a little bit of a range here, but I think here we go. I think we're gonna break this. We're gonna break it. So this little bull flag, I think we're gonna break this trend here. So CAD yen, I'm bearish. Odd yen, yes sir, I'm bearish. Same difference. All yen, look at this. All yen crosses are creating some type of head and shoulders, or they're creating some type of bull flag, and they're not taking out the previous highs. And I think we're going to be able to finally get this run on odd yen as well. So that would be the same with, New Zealand yen. Nice. Could not take out that high. I think we're going to come down here. Going to break this trend here. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this trend line break here, and I'm looking for it to come down and really take this out. You're looking at the monthly. Look what it's looking like. This is a really nice pattern, right? What should you do up here? What do you think happened up here? Went down. What do you think went happen up here? It went down. What do you think is going to happen up here? Go down, right? So it's a little stubborn, taking a little bit longer, but I think this it's going to be the yen. The year of the yen, right? Swiss franc yen. Oh, look at this one, right? Swiss franc yen came up, came down. Look at this. Came up, could not. It closed this. The next day could not beat that high. The next day on Friday, we went even lower. Okay, but we haven't taken out this trend yet. But check it out. That's all we need, and that's what I'm going for. So I think we're going to go ahead and finally get this break here. I want to see price come down here. I think what I think Swiss franc is going to be weak this week. I think CAD's going to be stronger. Dollar's going to be strong this week. Pound's going to be weak. Euro's going to be weak. I think the euro's going to be a little bit stronger than pound, but I think pound's going to be weak, and the yen's going to be stronger. Odd and NCD is going to be mixed, but with the yen this week, Swiss francs being weak, it's just going to look like a really good movement on this particular pair this week. I'm really excited about what's going to be transpiring in the next few weeks, and I'm looking for this to break this trend line right here. This is going to be the key for a lot of the yen crosses. This trend line, just like I saw with the pound yen, that's going to be a key part. We break this, we're going down. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that break, and I want to see we close it below that, it's a wrap. You're on. Let's get down to business. You're on. Look what's going on with you're on. We got this. Okay, we got this trend line break that was right here. That's what we're looking for. Finally got that trend line break, and guess what? I think we are going down. Came back up here, and I think it's time for us to calm down. So you're on bearish. Okay, pound odd. Nice little bounce back, and that's it. That's going to be a wrap. It might go up a little bit more, but I don't think it's going to last long. I think it's going to come down. It's going to be a nice fall. I would expect it, to be honest with you, to come down eventually this far. So pound odd, definitely bearish. You're a cat. Let's go. Here, down. That's what I'm suspecting. And I like to see this come all the way down to about, what do you think I'm suspecting? 50%? Yep, a little bit. 618 down to 1.37. Your CAD, I'm bearish. Let's go. That little break right there. I like it. The key part for your CAD is that it needs to break this zone right here. The sell side liquidity that it just tend to bounce there for some darn reason, right? The good thing is it's not breaking that high, right? In fact, this high is lower than this high. And we finally take the 10 line break, we're going to come back out here, and I think we're going to see a bounce after that. A little bit of a bounce. Hopefully not too much of a bounce. Maybe about right there. And then I'd like to see this come down. Euro CAD, I'm bearish. Pound CAD, same difference. I'm bearish. Nice trend line break there. Nice breakdown. That's what I'm seeing. Want to see this break here. Jeez. Gotta come down, baby. So pound CAD, your CAD, I'm bearish to about right here. Eventually, I like to see it get down to 1.59. Obviously, it's got to take out this low, take out this low, take out this low, and then I like to see it come down. So pound CAD, we have not been able to take out this previous high. This supply zone has been holding up very well, and I'm looking for CAD strength to come in this week, pound weakness to come in, and as a result, we can look to see pound CAD come down. Your NCD. Okay. Okay. Yep. I like to see this. And I see more weakness coming in for your NCD as well. I'm gonna put it right here for now. So that's here coming about 618. It may push up a little bit, but after that, I want to see it coming down. For your NCD, I'm more weak bearish than I am bullish. Okay, there we go. Look at I'm gonna not move this again. I'm gonna move it and adjust it right there. There you go. Guess what? I'm bearish. Yep, sure am. Right there. And let's go. Pound NCD, pound weakness, right? Pound weakness. Let's see this. Okay. Euro pound. I do expect this to be a little bit more strength in euro than pound. Therefore, I'm more bullish on euro pound. Okay, so I see this here. We've been able to hold this trend line right there, like it. On a higher time frame, this previous low did not take out this low, and I'm expecting pound weakness and expecting a little bit more euro strength. Expect this to be more bullish. Okay, okay, euro pound bullish. Pound Swiss francs. What's going on with pound Swiss francs? Well, I'm going to expect a little bit more ranging conditions, but I am expecting pound to be a little bit stronger than Swiss franc. Now, mind you, well, we've been in just a little bear trend here for a while, so I'm bullish on pound Swiss francs. I expected it to come down here to this range. We could dip a little bit more. I'm not to say we can't, but as of right now, it did come to this little 50% range. I like to see this getting taken out. If it doesn't get taken out, then we could be pulling back, get a little bit of a bottom. But other than that, as of right now, I'm kind of neutral, but I don't have a trade bias. Like right now, I wouldn't buy pound Swiss francs. I would wait. I would wait to see a little bit more retracement before I buy. Okay. So if I don't see the retracement, it's going to retrace eventually. It may come up here and then retrace. Either way, I would not want to buy this until it retraces. This is a good place to buy. It came down. That's a good place to buy. Now it's not a good time to buy. Now it's a good time to wait. So right now I'm kind of neutral, but long term I am bullish on pound Swiss francs. Let's go to CAD Swiss francs. CAD Swiss francs. This is one awful piece of crap price action. What the hell is? Look at. Let me go to the monthly. What is this? It just does not did anything other than just create some scary low bearish condition, and it's not going to go much lower. You know what I mean? It's not going to go that much lower. It just keeps going inching. So let's go to daily. Ah, it looked like it, here in August it went up, came down, went up, came down, and then it rains, and then it came down, and then it rains. So I, I'm I'm bullish. I think it's going to be more strength in CAD than Swiss French. So I'm looking for this to come all the way back up to at least 0.692, which it has not even touched yet. And this is 50% retracement is way up here. Of course, once you get up there, I think it's going to break. More like this. Come on, cat. This is what I'm hoping for. And for those who are probably in this trade or been cost out in this trade with catch Swiss francs, you're probably hoping and thinking the same thing. Does not make any sense why this thing is looking so bearish when it's at an all-time freaking historical low. Does not make any sense. And I would have to agree with you. Okay, so based on this, I would say look at your trend line here. If you can, draw this on your daily charts. Put this trend line right there from that point, this point. And that is a good place. If you have not gotten into this trade, that is a good point. You would want to put an alert here. Obviously, we got to take out this high. So we got to come out, take out that high, pull back. We take out that high, We cross that trend line, we're going. I'm bullish on cash switch funds, always will be. For now, until that thing reaches its target. Okay, until it reaches this 50% retracement, which I know it will. If you ask me, what are you doing on cash switch funds? I'm buying. I don't want to do nothing else. It's slow, it's ranging because it's a minor pair, but I don't see anything else on that cash switch fund. But just keep buying. Okay, odd cap. Okay, looks like we could not take out this high for quite some time, and I won't be expecting this to pull back. Probably to about right there. So I am bearish on odd CAD and CD CAD, same difference. And CD CAD, I'm bearish. Odd switch France, I'm bullish. Let's go. Look at equilibrium. CAD switch France, odd switch France. Leonard, what are you doing? I'm buying. I'm bullish. And CD switch France, what are you doing, Leonard? I'm bullish. Don't look at this right here. This market had been one crashing market, which was France, which has no reason to be that freaking bullish this long. Okay, Swiss francs has been overbought from a currency standpoint, and it is now. I'm sick of the Swiss franc strength all year, 2023. This is going to be the year Swiss francs is going to get their key ticked in. So let me go ahead and mark this right here. 50%. It's a little bit lower now because our Swiss francs went a little bit lower. But I think this is it. I think we might have the bottom. Let's take a closer look. These are really good signs. Look at right here. Look at, you got to say that's a really good sign. When you see that come back and it's not going any lower, I love that sign. I love the way that looks. Yeah, we went a little bit here from the previous low, but we look like we're holding here. And it looks like we are finally probably get some traction here. So I expect this to continue on. Take out that high, pull back a little bit, take out that high, pull back a little bit, take out that high, and just keep doing this. It'd be nice if it just did that right perfectly. Yeah, I know. I think it's going to come up here range a little bit, come up here range, probably come back down. But this is the first TP1 here. NCD Swiss francs, odd Swiss francs, you know, dollar Swiss francs, pound Swiss francs, CAD Swiss francs. I want that thing to be bullish. Okay, I'm not doing anything else. Swiss francs, JPY, bearish. I am bearish on those markets. They are extremely overbought and oversold. Anything that's Swiss francs is completely overbought or oversold. Which francs in the quote currency side, which is the right hand side of the pair, oversold. Swiss francs, which is I think is only one Swiss franc JPY, that's on the base side of the currency pair, right left hand side, overbought. This thing needs to be kicked in the teeth, and I'm excited to look for that. Okay, odd NCD. Wow, look at this market. This doesn't look pretty. Going in one big old symmetrical triangle, and it's really holding. I'm surely quite surprised. Okay, so I'm not trading this. I don't like the way it looks. Obviously, it's going to come back up here. But to be honest with you, this market is in an equilibrium right now. I don't like it. I don't have any bias here. I'm just completely neutral. I'm literally like, what are you going to do? This market has bounced off of here. Okay, it's going to go up. But how far? It can come up here or it can come up here. I'm suspecting it'll probably come up right here. So if I were to pick a decision, if I had so much to trade, don't even need to trade odd NCD, but I had a choice. If I didn't have a choice and you say, hey, Leonard, you got to pick a choice, odd NCD is a pair, which way is it going to go? I'm bullish. Okay. But other than that, knowing that, I'm not trading it. I'm not going to call it. I'm neutral. But if you wanted to trade it, I suggest not to. But if you had to, you should be looking bullish. Okay. Euro Swiss francs. What did I say? Anything that is Swiss francs on the quote side of the currency, which is the right hand side of the currency, I am nothing else but what? Bullish. This market is way over. I'm gonna add a little bit of explicit emphasis. Weekend oversold. That's exactly what's going on with this market. Way, way freaking oversold. Okay? So Swiss francs, just if anything, if I had to pick between the most ranging horrible minor pair between odd NCD and US Swiss francs, Euro Swiss francs is the trading pair that I would trade over odd NCD. It looks really, really good when it's oversold like this. Okay, let's go to BTC real quick. I called this out. I told people, I said, look, get BTC, push buy, and don't be afraid to stay in it. Right? The Bitcoin halving was coming in, and this is what I called. I'm gonna put my analysis up here. I'm gonna leave it because it's on recording, and I want people to see this. Oof. See, this was my analysis. Obviously, it did range, and then it shot up. That's a lot going on with Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin halving is going to be coming in around April. So that is when the mining will be half. The Bitcoin mining will be half reward of what it was for the last 4 years, for the next 4 years. And that is going to boost, you know, Bitcoin up all the time anyway. But the recent news of the Security Exchange Commission in the US approving Bitcoin ETF for trading, spot trading on the market is taking it to a whole new level, right? So right now, Bitcoin is about, let me see, it's had a little bit of a pullback since the ETF. So it's around 42.5 and went as high as 49. Go figure, right? So I get a little bit of a pullback. It's here right now, 49. You can see what it did. Guess what? This is right at that supply demand level. And I see this coming back up. So don't expect Bitcoin to stay this low that very long. Right here, 50, 50, 59, 59. Look at, we came up to this high, to the buy side liquidity and pulled right back. That's all we did. That's all we did. Came right back into this range. We're going to range a little bit, and then we're going to shoot back right back over here to about 52. And then after that, we're going to go to 59. Then after that, we're going to go to 68, all-time high. I'm calling Bitcoin 100,000 by year end. I'm just gonna say that, put that me on record. Leonard said 100,000 by Bitcoin. I call Bitcoin that we're gonna be at Bitcoin at 50,000 by year end, by month end, January. I had said that kind of earlier in another post. I was talking to another person who was asking me what I thought about Bitcoin. I said 50,000 by the end of the month of January. I do think it's going to go up there. By April, we're looking at around 60 grand, 59,000. Okay. All right. So that's what I see with Bitcoin. And that is a wrap. Hopefully, this will help you with your analysis from a fundamental and technical analysis. I hope you enjoy this recording. We'll see how this market goes. Be safe with your trading. I will put this up in the recording as well. If you're seeing this on the recording, congratulations. You're going to see the update on next week, Sunday. If you're in our live trade room session, we'll be trading starting Tuesday. We trade every day between 7 a.m. to 12 noon. We trade live between 4 a.m. to about 7 a.m. Eastern time for the overnight market, for the pre-market folks that are in other parts of the world, Australia, if you're in South Africa, that might be perfect for you. If you're UK, Dubai, that is perfect for you because you can still get an opportunity before late at night, so I can accommodate for those who like to get some pre-market trading, trading stock indices. We do a little bit of forex, but mostly stock indices and oil because those are two lucrative high volume market that provides a lot of good trading opportunities in the pre-market as well as in the New York session for my folks. So if you're interested, go on our websites, descriptions in the link there. And other than that, you guys have a great day, a great week. Have a productive and successful week. See you guys later. Bye bye.